Hey there, Internet. Long time no see. It's your angry elf, Carlos Abdu, taking a break from sweltering in my own juices over hard work animation. And with me are two similarly tired salarymen. One is, what's up, Shadowz? Will
Yeah.
Clark, how you doing?
So much paper. Get ready for audits and a gold Mario amiibo in my collection.
You
Little
have only
sleep.
yourself to blame. You have only yourself to blame.
Hey, but it was worth it. I have no regrets.
And
Wow.
of course, everyone's favorite hated grappler salaryman, grappling with the pawns of insanity, GetSelious.
Hey
What's
guys,
up, Matt?
it's going great. Just this is the first weekend I think I'll be getting some sleep in a long while.
So I'm guessing 1 hour?
Maybe even an hour and a half, an hour and 30 minutes.
Well, you know what? If it gets any better, you can be like Daredevil. Just dress up in a bright red pimp suit and start slapping women to get some catharsis.
Right, because that's how I define all my relationships, by randomly smacking women for no reason in the middle of the night because I'm the Daredevil.
Oh, crap.
Thanks, Matt Murdock. You're teaching me valuable lessons since 1966.
Oh, shit.
Well,
So what we got on the topic for this podcast?
we have a whole bunch of topics, but you know what? Speaking against violence of women, I know Matt and Gabe already talked about this at a previous podcast.
Which will be uploaded sometime soon, or is already up. So, yeah, this is that'll be the second episode of Bookshelf Preview. Check it out when it's up, or if it's already up, check it out.
But what's it called? I was already busy working on an article regarding this. I was like the first guy who would talk about this, and yeah, if you haven't heard, and it's gonna be hard for you not to, there was a recent controversy regarding a variant cover for the 47th issue of Batgirl, DC Comics Batgirl. And the variant cover was supposed to pay homage to the 75th anniversary of the clown prince of crime, the Joker. Now, a comic historian will tell you that Barbara Gordon and the Joker do not have a very good relationship. This particular cover was homaging the classic storyline from Alan Moore and Brian Mullen, The Killing Joke.
Yes.
The controversial story, because that thing that has a lot of baggage with it. It's a good story.
Lot of baggage. It's still a classic, but
Yes.
in this day and age, it is a no-go.
I mean, it's a relic from the past. I admit that, and like bringing it here to today's standards, like wow, I'm surprised it got this far.
Even Alan Moore was not happy with it, and he was the guy who wrote it. He was just trying to be edgy for edgy's sake, and then he realized like maybe I should have not done this.
Let's put it like this: there is a story that Alan Moore, when he was a bit confused or perturbed about a plot point in the story, where Barbara Gordon gets shot by the Joker and crippled. Goes off to Leigh Wen, the editor of the DC at the time.
Len Wein, yeah.
Len Wein, the Wiener, whatever you want to call him.
The creator of Wolverine.
The Wolverine. All right, he goes to Len and he asks him, "Do I cripple? What's the deal with this?" And Len Wein, not giving the crap, actually says on the phone, "Go, I don't care. Go cripple the bitch. Just cripple the bitch."
Yeah.
There's that. That's one controversy point right there. Two, what actually happens in the stories. You know,
it's kind of interpretive. What happens in the story is that Joker is trying to drive Commissioner Gordon mad to try to hammer down a point. Like, only one bad day can turn someone good into someone like the Joker. But how he does this is, of course, he goes up to Barbara Gordon, shoots her, paralyzes her, and also strips her and take photographs of her naked body to show to Gordon, who at the time was also naked and in fetish gear. It was, guys, yeah, it was the 80s.
And that's one interpretation, and it gets better. Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, after that, it became canon. So she was crippled for almost a decade, and it was no Batgirl. Well, she wasn't Batgirl. She was the Oracle.
Right.
Well,
Right.
yeah, that is true. That is true. Like for many people, this was for a lot of fans, this was a defining moment for Barbara because, before this, she was just like a novelty from the '60s show, or she was just Batman but with tits. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion. Other
Those
people,
tits were
liked.
To just
Yeah,
her tits like that.
yeah. But what's it called? Other people liked the lighthearted superheroine, but when she overcame adversity, when he decided that being crippled was not going to stop her from fighting crime, and then she became the Oracle, that's when a lot of people grew to love Barbara Gordon as a character, which made the decision to bring her back as Batgirl when the New 52 happened kind of mixed, kind of a little different, but the point is that act was something that defined her character for many years. But however, in this age of social awareness and internet social justice, a lot of fire has gone into the Killing Joke, and a lot of people are getting tired of referencing that particular story as a plot point for Batgirl.
Well, the problem is that after Barbara Gordon was crippled became an Oracle, which she had amazing run of comics, Birds of Prey, her relationship with Nightwing was amazing, the Nightwing series.
She was part of the JLA.
She was part of the JLA. And the major thing was that there was technically there was no consistent Batgirl comic to take the mantle. We had Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, but none of them were consistently strong enough to be Batgirl with Barbara Gordon.
I'm going to argue with that. Cassandra Cain was one of the most interesting, consistently strong additions to the Batgirl mantle. Stephanie Brown didn't last it too long because of editorial services, but...
Oh, what was it? Editorial services at DC? What?
Yeah, I know. They do that sometimes. They do.
Sometimes,
whenever they have to... Yeah, most of the times when they do that is because when they have to retcon some shit. When they have to get the fucking cleaning broom and just sweep everything under the rug, but what about the comic book? Who the fuck cares? We're starting over.
No, it's not sweeping under the rug. They murdered the person with the broom and buried him in the rug. You noticed that they did Dito away. You worked with Dito. That's what he told you. This is what he taught you.
No. He didn't talk. All he taught me was take the comic books that no one was reading and then put it in the garbage can.
So that's how you sold the comic at DC?
No. I kept asking him, can we please put these into a library or a youth center or into the hands of somebody who wants to read them? And said, no, not unless they give us some money. Not his words, but those were my orders.
That's terrible. But honestly, though, Cassandra Cain's
I still like working for you, Danny. I still like working. You guys were great. Thanks for Metalman.
I'm just picturing Dan Dito listening. That motherfucking Carlos. Betraying me like always. That
but
on a serious note, but Cassandra Cain, though, is like, they retconned her technically because she's not in existence. My major beef with Cassandra Cain is that her costume didn't look very Batgirly. I liked how she was representing Teen Titans. That was cool.
That's the thing. What makes a Batgirl? Well, it turns out that a lot of fans, older and newer, has a issue with this cover because of what a Batgirl is supposed to be. Right. This particular cover has the Joker, drawn by Raphael Albuquerque, the artist behind American Vampire, has him paint some blood across Barbara's face.
It could be lipstick or red mark.
The lipstick, some kind of red paint across her lips, making a smile, while she is visibly scared and frightened. And he has a gun pointed toward the floor in a very casual.
Almost slinging over her.
And a lot of the critics, a lot of her fans, took to social media and declared this appalling. The picture is really good, but it implies acts of sexual violence.
Blah 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 blah.
Rape, blah blah. You hear this before.
The thing, like I said, the thing is that DC. The DC did the right thing of doing it because.
Well, what was the right thing? What the right thing they did? They took it over.
Because look at their track record with treating female characters in the past, and like crippling Batgirl, Batwoman, When Renee Montoya, Scandal, Knockout, there's a list of female characters they treated like garbage. And
There's a reason why Gail Simone pointed to Alex Sinclair, Kyle Rayner's first girlfriend, as the first case of the women in refrigerators syndrome.
Well, the thing is, I think it always existed. I think Kyle Rayner's incident is the first, I would say, more public view of it. That's the best way to put it. I mean, Gail Simone's correct either way. She's brilliant.
She is brilliant. If you want to read a really good Batgirl or a good Barbara Gordon period, go seek out her Birds of Prey run. Okay.
She did have a run of Batgirl in 52 before Stewart took over, Connor Stewart, and Connor Stewart run of Batgirl is just it lacks seriousness. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. The problem why fans weren't happy with this picture, not so only because of the content of the cover, but because it wasn't appropriate for the new direction of the book. The new direction of the book, handled by Cameron Stewart, Brendan Fletcher, and Babs Tarr, is a more young adult, more female-oriented, more, I want to say, hipster-oriented book.
It's more
positive. If the Batman line is more about darkness, no parents, then this is the complete opposite.
Yeah, this one has happened post Gail Simone when she left. It's more fun than Gail Simone running, which is it's not saying it's a good or bad thing. It's less serious. It's pretty much like reading a slightly more serious tone of the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Basically.
You know what? Actually, no. If I'm gonna go further, it is almost like Brian Lee O'Malley decides to make a Batgirl comic.
You know what?
I'm going there. There.
Yeah, sad part is it's a bit far, but yeah, I can. If someone said that, I would agree with you, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, the Batgirl Burnside can almost be called Barbara Gordon versus the world.
Basically. There's even a cover. I think was it 46 or was it 30 something? I forgot the issue. This is Batgirl versus Burnside.
Yeah, that's true. But no. Burnside is basically the Gotham equivalent of Williamsburg. And for this particular run that, celebrates diversity, celebrates female empowerment, is meant for younger readers, this particular cover was not good. So when the counter-argument started, thinking about artistic censorship and SJWs ruin everything.
Don't call them SJWs anymore. I call them, in our podcast, me and Gabe talk, we call them online mob mentality. They're just online mobs.
Online mob mentality.
That's what we call them.
So we're going to call them OMS?
All right.
LMOMs. But just call them what they are. They're online mobs because they attach them. They act like any mob mentality do. Groups, numbers, fears, prejudice, all this.
But that's the thing. Which one is the mob? So are they both two rival families trying to fight over turf? One is about social justice, and the other one is about counter social justice.
Who knows? It could be worse. But like I said, continue with the secondary argument is.
The secondary argument was that because DC pulled the plug so quickly because they were so chicken shit that they would lose readers over this, that a lot of people started supporting Raphael Albuquerque's cover. Some because they liked it, others because they feel getting it canceled was a form of artistic censorship, and others thought, they were assholes. They were assholes who wanted to encourage female violence, and I don't like where they were going with that, but at the same time there was some empathy in that direction because basically the power of social media is so strong these days that comic book companies are bending backward and forward and left and right and up and down just to keep this valuable new audience that they're trying to cultivate. These women, these hipsters, these
new age readers. Call them they are the new age readers. They are
the new age readers. The new age readers that come to comic book shops to read stuff that is non-traditional comic book fare. And like me, I'm just going, why are you guys so surprised? This is not the audience that they were aiming for. If this was Gail Simone's Batgirl run, if this was another Batman comic, that would be understandable. But for Batgirl, which they're really, really trying their damnedest to be like this little girly thing.
No, I
No.
think it's that you understand the point of view is that they're trying to make positive women empowerment because, like I said, you and I both know this, Carlos. DC has a very poor track record of treating female characters. So
It is not like Marvel. It is not like Marvel. I mean, most of the great female superheroes, in number, not in status, in number, all come from Marvel Comics.
And they are treated better respect. And for example, I love She-Hulk to death. Her recent run got canceled by Charles Soule. I understand, but I'm still happy that she got a comic. I'm not going, fuck Marvel, man, they're the worst people. I'm like, dude, it got canceled. She'll come back again for sure.
And if you guys are not exactly a fan of Cameron Stewart and Brendan Fletcher's Batgirl Burnside, you want something similar but a little more subtle, Miss Marvel, baby.
Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's a fun comic, so let's go with that.
It is a fun comic, but it's there's actually a bit of substance to that. But
Exactly.
We're not arguing the merit of the comic. What we're arguing is the merit of the cover.
Exactly.
And what I feel is that DC may have jumped the gun a little bit by canceling. This is a variant. The variant by itself is not meant for the tradition, for the mainstream buyer.
It's mostly for collectors.
Collectors and the old school, yeah.
That's kind of what the collectors are.
So, taking out the cover was a little bit hasty, but for such a cover like this, they may have done the right thing. There were like a couple parody covers that have been going across the web. One was by Ray Dillon, and he made a similar image that has Doomsday doing the same thing to Superman.
Yes, I saw that.
In an attempt to show if a male superhero can be shown doing this kind of crap. And someone else then re-edited the same Raphael Albuquerque image to show Barbara being angry instead of frightened. And it made a world of difference.
Right, but if you guys, we should probably move on to our next.
We should probably move on.
Because me and Gabe covered this heavily in our podcast, which, like I said, the next bookshelf preview podcast be up. Like it's probably currently up, or will be up soon. So check it out.
Yeah, I think ultimately, this is not an act of censorship, but there should be like some kind of editorial, because this was done for marketing. Marketing asked for this.
No, this was an act of saving face and, like you mentioned, appeasing to a new audience. Because DC, like I said, we know they have a terrible track record treating female characters, and they're trying to do right this time.
That's true, but however, because of that bad track record, they also created another extreme, the Wonder Woman syndrome, where they are so focused on making a female character that is so positive and creates people empowerment that she practically has no character. Wonder Woman has suffered from this a long time. A lot of the female characters have suffered from this, and Captain Marvel is currently suffering from a strain of it, in a way. But the point is, like, you have to find a balance. You have to make the way that respects female audiences, but without losing the entertainment factor. So I think there should have been a replacement cover that did show the adversarial and fearful relationship between Batgirl and Joker, but in a way that doesn't make her lose agency and power. Make her fight back.
Well, also DC was still to promote more comics for the female, not with female leads on it. So that's like I said, DC. Like I said, DC is a long way for them to get rid of the ugly darkness they've done in like the early '90s and 2000s. Like I said, they have to fix that. Once they fix that, I think they can do whatever they want afterwards.
And you know what? Ultimately, I also kind of think that because Batgirl of Burnside is so far away from the Batman line in terms of tone, that maybe Barbara should have followed in Dick Grayson's footsteps and just get rid of the Bat moniker entirely.
Nah. Actually, you know what? We could probably argue this more on the Bookshelf podcast. Actually, because there's a whole reason why Nightwing became Grayson, but later.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go into like other comic book controversy. A lot of people have heard a terrible injustice that happened. One of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has died.
Oh, yes.
Yep, time for that reboot money.
Yeah, I forget which issue it is, but in one of the recent issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady finally actually earn their money and kill one of the turtles. And that turtle is Donatello.
Nerd. They killed a nerd.
They killed a nerd. And, this is, a lot of people will go like, oh, it's just Donatello? Oh, well, he's just the weak one. Nobody even likes Donnie. But
okay, no, not at all, not at all.
Consider it this. Without Donnie, the turtles they're fucked. They're fucked. Where are the tech is going to come from? You think they're what's it called? They think they're blimp and their cars and they're shooting and their pizza launchers and whatever the hell. They're fucking walkie-talkies that came out in the 80s when walkie-talkies wasn't even made at.
Those were times. Yes, I remember those. And yeah, I mean, well, let's take away the brain out of the brawn. I mean, heck, let's say you got the comic relief, you got the leader, you got the hothead. If you take the brains out of it, yeah, you're pretty much having
wrong. Actually, you're wrong. If you take the brains out of everything, everyone just ends up getting all the vines gets better. I mean, have you not read the Punishers? No brain, just kill everything. It worked out for him.
Yeah, but half of the stuff is him doing Batman consistency, man. Contingency plans.
His contingency plans are: do I have enough bullets in this gun? Maybe.
Do I have the right gun?
Do I have the right? Or his second contingency, his boner for the American flag.
Well, I'm here to tell you guys that the reports of Donatello's death is greatly exaggerated. They immediately after some people have heard about this, there has been leaks of an upcoming issue of Ninja Turtles that show Donnie is alive, if not incredibly critically injured. But he's still alive. I mean, considering...
Right.
I don't know. I've never actually tried stepping on a turtle, so I don't know what happens when his shell gets broken.
It's like I think didn't this happen before Leonardo when he got seriously injured?
No.
Last time I remember, because as far as I remember from turtle biology, I mean, it's really the spine you have to break. I mean, the shell itself, like, sure, it's a very valuable part of a turtle's biology, but it's definitely not the life breaker.
But it's more like it's the symbolism of it, so, symbolism.
But you realize what's going to happen, right? Now we're going to get Cyborg Donnie. Come on. It's obvious where they're going to go with this.
They're going to go cyborg? Really?
They're going to have Donatello create some kind of a cyborg shell for him, and then he's going to have, like, all types of robo shit coming out of the shell. And, he'll be able to go back in battle, plus... he'll be more useful instead of just being the guy with the fucking stick.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah, at least, this is a big shakeup in terms of turtles. Mostly it's either, one of the turtles gone evil or one of the turtles is missing.
No, you're talking about death, the most serious thing you could possibly get, yeah.
But thankfully, this is also a comic book. And as we know in comic books...
They don't stay dead, usually.
Except unless it's an Eisner Award series, you stay dead and you end your series. Just saying. Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to Donnie's death. I mean, when I first saw that, just watching him through the Twitter. I mean, heck, even Sam Riegel was pretty damn shocked when they killed off his character, who he voiced many times ago.
And then, of course, in his biggest voice, he just goes, "Objection! He's still alive!"
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, that's the jokes.
So, speaking of comic books, but going into the other side of the world, something is going on with what's going on with all of the manga. Japan is putting its foot down.
Finally.
Yeah, and I think it's possible because actually we have another guy who just joined up recently. I mean, Josh, are you there?
Josh.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
I take it you've probably heard about this recent news regarding to the whole Manga-Anime Guardians thing that's happening over in Japan, yeah?
Nope.
It's the best thing that ever happened.
Nani?
Oh, I was the biggest anime freak here besides me not knowing about this? Alright.
Maybe it's because it's the best thing that ever happened. It's the best thing.
Okay.
Sure, whatever.
I might as well lay down the information here because this was actually referred to me from a friend of mine who was very, very salty about this. So basically, just to get a lowdown, the Japanese government or funded the Manga-Anime Guardians basically a Japanese-funded group more or less charged with the task of deleting any manga or anime sites who are online streaming, basically cutting down on piracy. Basically, it's
Oh, wait
and
a
so
minute,
far
this
they
thing.
have deleted
Okay.
many sites from 577 titles and animes from 90 titles. They're cracking down,
Yep, which is
and
great.
some people like I mean, of course, disclaimer right now: we at the Outerhaven do not promote piracy at all. Just so the disclaimer of that. But
Unless
now
you're
we talk about
broke, then we're not going to tell you.
yes.
Yep.
But
Well,
yeah, the reason and my friend brought up this point because like he obviously we don't do piracy, but the reason that he was very so salty is because the reason that he's the reason that we people, I mean we as people consumers do pirate these mangas, animes all the time around. I mean one, Japan itself they actually have been doing the job actually bringing it over here per
because
se.
you're stealing it's a big thing with. But let's go on, go on. Give me a reason why we should stop you from stealing my intellectual properties. Please tell me.
You don't consider it an international audience and you only focus on the domestic?
People have been doing it all the time. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Japanese are gonna watch us steroid Americans wrestle and fight for our food money.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how other foreign countries actually watching American wrestling. You'd be surprised
Yeah,
about
third
that.
world countries watching us. And you think we're caring about their residuals? Oh, two Somalians watched us fight for steak dinner last night. That's great.
Uh,
Get on
so
with
yeah.
get on with your legal piracy argument.
Okay, so basically, the statement that my friends also said about this, like, well, yes, we don't do piracy, but however, like for the people who actually can't afford these mangas, animes. I mean, heck, how much you can buy DVDs, Blu-rays. I mean, heck, how much is here in the US right now? Like 60, 70. I mean, heck, even those collectors, it should go for easily $100 right now. I mean, also buying manga, hell, that's not a cheap hobby to say. I mean,
It's
my art.
called. There's two things. This is my argument for you. Two is called employment. Amazon sells things cheap. You will be surprised. And three, maybe, just maybe, if you supported a market that supports your independent product, things grow up to be better for the rest of us. Like for example, comics are actually been cheaper. There's more people buying it than pirating it.
Wait,
Heads
wait,
up.
wait, wait, wait. Comics are actually cheaper? Which
Cheaper.
ones?
Oh, the ones that are made by Kickstarter. You know those ones, right, Carlos? Oh God, I can't believe it.
Jeez.
Oh God, I
No,
can't
no, no,
believe it.
no, definitely not the ones from
Yeah.
Pixar, because those bastards start that shit on $4.99. You
I know, I'm
buy
just messing with you. I'm just messing
$5.
with you. But honestly, all real
Yeah.
talk. If you support your market and it gets better, you actually increases the need for demand, which helps across the board.
Yes, and
The,
I agree with that prospect. Yes,
but the
100%.
idea that, oh, I can't get it, and I'm just, then you can voice your concerns to publishers. Publishers such as Vertical Comics have an Ask FM, a Tumblr. You can actually tell them your concerns and, propose their surveys to let
What
them.
about most of the problem with these cancellations and the piracy is coming from the mainstream publishers? What
They
about
use
Shonen Jump?
Shonen Jump uses cancellation of Japan to actually score it, and which is owned by Sangetsu, which is a Japanese company which has a base in America. Therefore, they legally find what they're doing. Save their Kodansha. So yes, they're doing it the right way. Please, William, tell me it's okay. Please convince me it's okay to steal again and again
Okay,
and again.
look. I mean, yeah, of course. If you can't afford it, I mean, like if you could afford it, if you got the money, and you have enough money to go and support your favorite artists, go for it because you have the money. Hell, I'm buying my Monster Musume manga right now because I want Okiato to succeed, and hell, he has a freaking anime on the way.
And did you know this, that he's now the #1 selling manga in Japan, in America, thanks to you. By giving him money, we're getting more of his works in America. That's called success.
But hold up. Most of these money, where is most of these money coming from in American distribution? Is it coming from the East Coast? Is it coming from the West Coast? What about places that don't have access to manga?
Exactly. That's also another argument that my friend also just brought out as well.
60% of the sales came from the Midwest. 20 is in the East Coast. 10% is West Coast because the West Coast has stores like Kinokuniya, which can sell the import at direct price.
We also have Kinokuniya as well.
Yes,
Kinokuniya is bigger on the West Coast than East Coast. There's only like one here. There's like 3 of them or 4 of them in California that way, making them a superior state. All hail the West Coast.
Something so-called.
If you think it's too expensive to purchase anime because you feel you're getting ripped off by Funimation paying $50 for like 3 episodes, Wait until they come up with the Save Edition. I picked up the entire Shiki anime for $20 on both Blu-ray and DVD combo pack in one package.
Exactly.
If you actually go ahead and spend the money on the Save Editions, that sends a message to the people like Funimation saying you're charging way too much for anime. I mean, they see their sales spike, dramatically when the Save Editions come out. Maybe they'll actually think about lowering the prices so you can actually afford
and better
it.
yet, unless you have online services such as the Netflix, Hulu, etc., you watch it on them. That actually lets you let them know as well because you're watching the same thing. So why? Like I said, I just feel that my major beef with
What about non-American distribution? Like, what about the anime that you watch through subtitles? Does everyone need to get a Crunchyroll or a Hulu subscription in order to watch anime?
Well, actually, Country and Hulu are free, so again.
Crunchyroll, you need a subscription in order to watch to a certain amount.
And also what I want to bring up as well is because, like, the amount of profit they're receiving right now, I mean, like, they wouldn't actually get that kind of exposure if, like, all these people actually were using these online sites and torrents. And, so when I first, I'll admit, this is my crime. When I first found a Monster Musume on any of these manga stripes, I'm like,
as your wannabe lawyer / urban vigilante that pimp pants women, I may suggest not to tell about your recent crime.
Yeah, I'm the legal accountant without fear. I will find you.
Yeah, I mean, just get these exposures regarding to it. I mean, I think again, this is just my friend, not for myself, speaking for myself. But having all these exposure from it, from third-party countries, from basically getting the word out, basically.
So you're telling me, so let me get this straight. The argument is that you're unable to research on your own. And the messed up part is, I remember telling this friend of yours that it was already in print months ago. You didn't listen to your friend. Therefore, you're an idiot because your friend didn't listen to me because I said this.
Jeez Louise. It is so much so. I mean, of course, piracy is just going to be one of those issues that's going to be obviously bringing out the extremes of everybody, of course.
It's like, to me, manga piracy, anime piracy bothers me the most because you're feeling entitled to do it, and you constantly do it. And then when companies try to engage you to sell this product to you, make you worth it while, you disavow them and then complain about it while you can get it, and you're buying knockoffs of the product, fan-made at conventions rather than supporting the industry.
To be fair, yeah, this is the reason why we have an anime recession in America. What's it called? There's no distribution for any anime regarding into the mainstream ideology. All right, think about it. DBT was the biggest shit in the world.
Yep.
And anybody can watch it anywhere. And then when the DVDs come out, people were flocking to that shit. Who cares if it wasn't subtitled? Who cares if they didn't use the original music?
Who cares
it was there.
Censored?
Who cares if it was censored? It was there. It was available. And the minute the internet showed up and gave an option in order to get the raw, uncut, uncensored footage straight from Japan. Right. And the only thing that is really throwing you off is a language barrier that can be crossed through subtitles. Fucking the man just plummeted.
It created
now Funimation has to wait a year until they can get Resurrection of F, let alone distribute Battle of Gods through a television network.
Yeah.
Battle of Gods, right.
Right, yeah, which is like, damn it. But like I said, man, if you enjoy anime and manga, please support it the proper way. I totally, because it's a niche in this country, and I know it's a niche. I've been following manga since I was like 16, and all jokes aside, manga in this country, it kind of dies out with teenagers. There's very people who still read it toward their 20s and 30s. It's growing in America now. People are still reading in 20s and 30s, which is great. The market's growing for that.
There's a small reminder that manga is beating comic books and graphic novels over at bookstores.
Yes, that is true. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So the thing is that the growing market of people who buy it with jobs is great, but we need people from, I would say, the younger generation to support it in legal matters in buying it, because this is technically most manga now are technically pitched to the younger audiences.
Right.
There's not a lot of Seinen and Josei printed in America, which those are my favorite titles. Carlos, you see me crying every time I buy a new Josei. You know this.
You owe me a Josei, actually.
Hey guys, real quick. Not to beat a dead horse, but let me ask you a question. Let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can be done, or what do you perceive can be done to stop this from happening? Because a lot of this is not because people just want to be grimy and just don't want to pay for it, but a lot of them, for example, just don't want to wait a year or 6 months plus for an anime to come over to the U.S. There's also a lot of instances where animes aren't licensed to ever come over here in the first place, and people pirate them or bootleg them over to the U.S.
That's actually a very interesting point. Not so much about distribution and licenses, but like, can you license a stream straight from Japan? I mean, how does Crunchyroll does it? Do you have to wait like a month before they get someone to subtitle that shit?
No, because sometimes it depends on who it is who's licensing the film. Because, for example, I watch Log Horizon, and that stuff is simulcast, and as soon as it's simulcast, they start subtitling it. So I usually get to see it within 4 to 5 hours after it debuts in Japan. Now, going back to the licensing, it depends. Like, for example, Dragon Ball Z. It has to be licensed in the U.S. for it to come over here. A lot of new
the greedy fuckers over at Shonen Jump for jumping on the Fox bandwagon.
Well, Sugetsu was it? It was Sugetsu, but Shonen Jump there.
But I mean, for example, Turn-A Gundam. It's just finally coming over to the U.S. after how many years?
Hey! They give you what you wanted. That's the best they could do.
I've already watched it. How's that? And since it wasn't licensed, technically I wasn't doing anything illegal, because you have to have a license for you to say it's illegal in the States.
I know. And I will find you, and I will kill you later for this as an accountant. I will.
And you know me, I'm ex-military, but they got that marksmanship, Barrett. I'll see you coming.
I have.
Bullseye versus Tax Devil. All right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I just want to ask Josh. You said you have something you want to add as well regarding to this?
Yeah, actually I have two things now we're talking about access to it. Funimation, believe it or not, as evil as they are with their licensing, is actually doing something I think is actually pretty cool. And yes, you do have to be their top-tier premium subscriber, which honestly is not really that expensive per month. It's like $9 or something.
Right.
But they are now acquiring the licenses to anime that's airing right now. And they are not waiting for the series to be finished. They are actually dubbing it as it's airing and then actually putting it on the website within a week.
Yes,
that's actually good.
See, there we go. See,
that sounds very good, but also like it must
if
be
you're
hell
a
on the
little
voice actors, though.
skeptical about the voice acting, I actually saw the first episode of Death Parade in English by Funimation. And I got to say, it was probably one of the most impressive dubs I've heard in a very long time. They're actually doing a pretty good job with it.
Okay. And
Nice.
also, I'm just wondering, did you also watch the first episode of Assassination Classroom as well? I just saw some.
I did not see the dub, but I'm thinking about checking it out. But I have been watching it with subtitles.
Okay.
The second thing I wanted to do is kind of circle back to the original topic here, the Manga-Anime Guardians, and caught me off guard because I completely forgot what this was. This is actually not really a new story. This actually broke, almost like a half a year ago that they were forming this thing.
Okay.
And we actually saw the very first effects of this coalition just a few days ago on the 18th. There was a huge site called AnimeTake.com that was basically linking all the torrents and stuff from Horrible Subs and Nya.eu or SE, whatever it is now. And they actually got a letter about half a year ago when this whole thing started from the Japanese government saying, please stop. And pretty much, we all thought that this was the extent of MAG, that they were just going to send these little letters out and basically say, please stop. Well, that basically turned out to be a true warning because as of the 18th, the Japanese government slapped them with a subpoena and the website is now gone for good. So this thing is actually working. And if you do own a website out there, number one, don't be stupid. Don't register the domain in your real information. Then you'll probably be safe. But number two, they are cracking down on it. So keep your guard up if you own a site like that.
Oh no! And number three, if you get the letter, just close it. Just be a nice guy and close it, and then complain about it on your Tumblrs and your Twitter, so we can all pretend you exist. Boom! All right, got that in my system. Go Japan! All hail to my Nippon. All right, go.
Also, but yeah, again, like the piracy issue is just one of those issues. It's still a lot of flames here to there.
Speaking of issues,
No, it's awesome. Finally, Japan's finally cracking down. They're finally doing what they always wanted to do: be big hero.
Big hero. Number 6.
There we go.
Okay, now you just remind me of freaking Sagata now. We're doing Mega Sagata.
Yeah. But,
Okay, speaking of big Japanese news, well, maybe not big, but this is kind of interesting. Has Nintendo finally bit the bullet?
Man, yeah,
No.
I saw that news that the hell frozen over? Holy crap.
No, they didn't bit the bullet, but they're slowly realizing that their market share has been shrinking, and that's the first step.
Wait. Slowly realizing? Are you sure? Haven't they been realizing that since the GameCube?
No. Carlos, they've been in denial. You know, like that time you told me that Treventi's going to make a comeback? Remember you told Jameis is making a comeback, and I just didn't believe you for 5 years? He's not making a comeback, Carlos.
No. I told you he wasn't making a comeback. That he was going to grab the first thing that he sees, and he was going to run that shit to the ground. That was Superman.
Oh, right. Oh, you mean a soapbox, right? Of course.
Yeah, soapbox. That's not a comeback. That doesn't count as a comeback. No, what is... well, Hax, you reported the story better than me, so why don't you do it?
Talk about what again? I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix something at the same time by doing this podcast, folks.
He's fixing
always working.
Always working.
He's fixing his sites to kill the only...
So I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. So run that by me one more time.
Nintendo going mobile.
It's Nintendo's going mobile. They finally bit the bullet. They decided to join up with some Japanese mobile company in order to, I have no idea, distribute their games, make new IP.
Just to clarify, the organization they partnered up with is DNA.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty cool. Well, I won't say cool, but Nintendo's new partner, DNA, has actually been trying to get this deal with Nintendo for like the past 4 or 5 years. And they finally got Nintendo's ear. And now they're supposed to will be working on mobile applications for smartphones. They coined the term smart devices, but smartphones, they haven't mentioned what regions, but obviously we can pretty much say it's safe to assume that we're talking about Asia, Japan, over there, not us. At the same time, they will be working on original and new IPs for this new market.
The thing is also that, as much as I'm a fan of Nintendo's brilliant, new IPs, this is what I'm picturing. Nintendo. Please. Nintendo. Please, just tell us what really is happening. I want to make Sonic Bird. I want to make Mario Angry Birds.
Come on now, let's not do that because let's not do that.
No. How can you misinterpret it? My God, how can you grossly misinterpret what they're trying to do, Matt? I thought you knew better. I thought you were, as an accountant, you knew the market.
I'm sorry.
They want to make Pokemon Candy Crush.
No, come on, guys. Let's be for real on this one, because this actually is a big deal. It's not really a joke. Considering the fact that the number of IPs that Nintendo actually has, and the fact that they're actually realizing that the mobile market is larger than the console market, as a lot of people have been speculating and stating for years now.
Yeah.
Put it on top of the fact that mobile...
honestly, though,
go ahead.
How many, outside of, I think, EA, how many video game companies have technically joined the mobile market since people have been indicating this was the Switch, or quote-unquote?
There actually have been a lot of companies that have moved over to or moving the mobile market.
I think EA is the only one I could refer to because EA has actually been very successful at it. I'm trying to think of any other company you know.
Capcom.
Sega has been kind of... Capcom
did more recently with their Street Fighter and their Breath of Fire 6, which is mobile exclusive only. NetherRealm is doing it now as well.
No, I'm talking about doing it for years. I'm talking about not recently. I'm talking I think EA was I'm gonna say the pioneers who did it almost from jump. People can quote me wrong, but I'm talking about Ubisoft. There we go. Thank you, Carlos.
Oh yeah, Ubisoft.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like doing it now, I feel like now you're just joining. I would say the trend.
I think this is actually a big deal in terms of the execution because this is a company for the longest time, since way back, did not trust anyone else to handle the hardware situation and the treatment of their other IPs. Every time Nintendo has ever went third party, that has ever thrown them back in their space, or that was a rare once-in-a-lifetime moment that will never be repeated again.
That's to be fair, Carlos. This technically isn't a third party. This is more of a first party since they're working hand in hand.
they are working hand in hand to create some kind of device, but at the same time, this is Nintendo.
No. They're not helping with their new system. They're only helping with the mobile market stuff.
No, exactly. But they're also making a new device to go compete in the mobile market, aren't
Right, but that's all Nintendo.
Is it really a device for mobile market?
No, it's a home system.
Yeah, that's what I saw. They said it's going to tie into mobile games, so I'm thinking you could probably stream them to the new console.
Yeah, the new system they're talking about, which we supposedly won't hear anything till next year, but we got E3 coming up, so we might hear about that sooner than later. Yeah, they're codenaming the NX.
The
For
NX.
obviously people are saying next generation NX. It's a code name, so we can't read into it too much. But yeah, Nintendo is still in the hardware game. They're not pulling a Sega. They still don't trust anybody. It's all Nintendo with this new thing, and they're not really saying much of anything, which is kind of disappointing because after the taste is left in everybody's mouth from the Wii and the Wii U, maybe they should say something now instead of letting disappointments from the past come in.
Right, I agree. I agree. Yes.
Not to mention, I feel it's too soon. I mean, yes, we still haven't gotten any. I mean, we have plenty of blockbusters for the Wii U right now, even if it's kind of late in the development cycle, but there's still a lot of stuff missing from that system before we can declare it dead.
Well,
I think Nintendo's rushing into this.
Of course. Before we declare it, of course, all the time you need to mourn, all the time. I'll give you all the time you need to mourn about that system.
I wouldn't say they would call the Wii U dead, because that's the magic of Nintendo. As much as people want to say, no, that's not true, Nintendo has this magical ability to hook gamers like it's a drug. They come out with games that are exclusive to their system, developed by Nintendo, and gamers will flock to that system for that game. Regardless if they're huge Nintendo fans, if they have a Wii U or not, they do it. Mario Kart was a perfect example. They've got Xenoblade Chronicles X coming out. That's going to sell Wii U's.
We're still waiting for that Zelda to come out.
That's going to sell Wii U's.
And Star Fox.
I don't. Not holding my breath for Star Fox.
I'm like,
But that's the magic of Nintendo. So even if they're announcing a new system, that doesn't say they're going to have a new system ready this year or next year or the year after that. Nintendo would be pretty dumb to kill the Wii U off right now, because even though it's not doing what... Actually, I'll take it back. It is doing what they want them to do, because they're not competing against, the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. They're not competing with them.
Microsoft or Sony. They're competing with the mobile market.
They're not even competing with themselves. I would actually say Nintendo has their own niche, their own section to themselves. They're not fighting anybody.
They're not fighting anybody, but this is how to put this. Nintendo's strategy, well, at least for the Wii U and the Wii, whatever you want to call that console, is to, okay, we have a project, we have a license, we'll project with a game. When this game complete, our entire project for this game is to sell this game in the console for this quarter. That's it. The rest of the user quarter don't matter. This is the time we'll sell it, and that's it.
Well, no, the problem with them is that they focus a lot of their project on a specific little gimmick to entice the general audience, the very casual audience. And then for the first development quarter, it's like, let's make these games that can sell the system and the gimmick. Like motion control, or what's it called, dual screens, or whatever the fuck they coming up with next. And then, once they realize nobody gives a shit, the halfway development cost is like, okay, nobody actually gives a shit. Let's just make games that can sell this system.
And then they will make those games. Let's say it comes out November. Let's say it comes out November through December, October through December. They sell the game in the console through that quarter, and you won't hear from them until like spring or next winter.
Not only that, like all the good games that they kept promising at launch always wind up being pushed back until mid-fall.
That's that.
Well, Shigeru Miyamoto basically said that they recognized the fact that was a big mistake with the Wii U, that there wasn't any mainstream, first-party licenses at the launch. And he said with the next system, they're going to fix that. So now that they've actually hinted towards the NX, I don't see this coming out at least until 2017, and that way they can at least get the hardware and a first-party licensed title out there for launch. I think that's what they're going to go for.
Another thing people need to look at is, is the age of Nintendo being stubborn over, i.e., are they going to go back to the days of the of the Super Nintendo and actually get third-party games into their systems?
The thing is how they go. The thing is that even if they could, they're going to have to entice the developers to make it for them.
They're going to have to.
Right.
I mean, how many times have they pissed off third-party companies?
Oh yeah.
It's not even how many times they pissed off. It's they actually have a contest in Nintendo. You may have heard this, Hacks and other podcast members. It's a contest how fast they can piss them off and how much they can. It's called Nintendoing. You guys have heard of it?
No, I think that is the first.
I think you just coined that phrase, my friend.
You just coined that phrase, my friend.
Enlighten us.
The Nintendo
License that shit right now.
It's licensed by the accountant without fear, Matthew Paul. The Nintendoing is how fast Nintendo can approach a third party, convince them to make a game, tell them that they can't make it, how fast they won't make it, and how fast they'll never speak to them again. The scoreboard Miyamoto has within 3 minutes.
Wow. What about Iwata?
Iwata is 2 hours actually, because he actually had to use the bathroom after laughing himself to unconsciousness. He passed out in the bathroom, and then they tried to get him.
Iwata was just like this. I could tell you why we're not going to get your game on our system, but instead, please enjoy this next video.
Oh dear God! No, somebody went that way.
Please understand.
No, worse. Please understand that I am Japanese and you are not. You are some, how they call it, Negro. Get out of my office, please. Let's watch this video.
What about the American development? Reggie must be terrible at this.
Reggie.
Reggie's too busy eating cars.
No, Reggie. I don't know how to tell you this, but that's a nice idea. But I have to talk to my Japanese guys with this other guy and my. Reggie, are you? What is that? Oh, it's just some Coke, just do some Coke, relax me,
I need to get my body ready. I'm just
gonna hang out here, and are you stealing my idea? No, I'm not. We're friends. What do we do? I'll see you later. You motherfucker.
I'm not stealing your ideas. Now I'm just going to hang out with Carlos Mencia. Bye.
You're hanging out with other Carlos? I thought what we had was special.
All right, so let's pose a serious question here. So since we got Nintendo NX on the horizon, and we're pretty much, dogging Nintendo for the shitstorm that was the Wii U, in your opinion, what does Nintendo have to do with this next console to make it right? What do you want to see out of the NX to say, all right, this is what is going to get me invested in Nintendo again?
It has to have, okay, that's come on, that's
gimmicks.
For Nintendo to get me back, I would want, the first thing I want is a picture of Miyamoto lay down on the bear cub mat saying he's sorry. And I was like, I don't want this. But honestly, for real, I want them to focus being a gaming company. Just make games, stop being gimmicky, and just sell the product. Do not sell me stuff that's not going to be there. Don't pander.
But he asked about the hardware. He asked, what do you want to see in the hardware?
Just make a console. Just make a console and work.
What is a console?
In terms of hardware, okay, first we realized that you cannot compete with the big boys. Just try to pace along. And
No, that's totally not true. Totally not true. When we're talking about hardware, Nintendo has the money. They can get anybody they want.
But they are notoriously cheap, and they have been using cheaper materials since the Game Boy.
I wouldn't say that. The Wii U actually is a pretty decent system.
This is the company that has innovated products using less hardware material so they can bring it out a lot faster, and it's a lot easier to develop for the game developers. This has been a Nintendo thing since fucking Gunpei Yokoi, man.
Wait, are you telling me that our favorite company is cheap? How could they be so cheap? They have great games. They have great games.
I can't co-sign that. I really can't, because again, going back to the technical specs of the Wii U, compared to like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, it's inferior because it came out how many years before those two systems?
I wouldn't say inferior. I just want to say it's the stepson that should be put down like a dog. But that's
it's definitely inferior. It's everything on that.
Stepson that should put down like a dog.
Everything on the Wii U compared to the new systems are at least 2 to 3 times less powerful. It's definitely inferior.
The inferior foes. Huh.
Well, yeah, it's inferior because they maximize it in order to get that shit earlier, rather than actually competing with those teams.
Well, you gotta
two.
think about it. This is hardware, so you gotta think about it. It's not what they plan on doing. Cost is part of the equation, but you also got to remember we are stuck in. I want to say, is this Moore's law? We are stuck with the technology that's given to us at this given point in time. Now, it depends on you if you got the deep pocket to do research and development, and you want to sit there and keep looking and looking and looking. Most of these consoles, like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, do you think it's coincidence that they're damn near similar as far as parts, as far as what they use? They are damn near identical for a good reason.
I thought it was because they were trying to emulate the high specs of a gaming PC.
And if they were trying to emulate the high specs of a PC, they failed.
Hey, wait a second. There's a difference. Xbox is the different colors, guys. Come on, that's a difference. There's a difference. The colors. And the Xbox has that Xbox button, and the PS has that screen button. Come on, there's a difference.
But to answer Josh's question, I would like to see several things. One, I would like to see a decent online system. I want to see a system. I want to see a decent system that allows us to basically. You would need to emulate the Xbox Live.
Yeah,
you would have to emulate that.
I agree completely.
Hardware, I want to be able to play my DVDs and my Blu-rays on there. The shit of you saying that this is just a gaming system is over. Every system out there today can play physical media. You need to let us do that.
And if not doing that, then allow instantaneous use of Netflix and every other media app readily available, on launch.
And that goes back to emulating Xbox One. You have to give us decent online capability. That's a given. Hardware-wise, you need to stay within a minimal baseline. Don't give us something because it's cheap in your pocketbook, cheap on your wallet. You need to give us something that's worthwhile and is sort of future-proof that gives us at least 3 to 4 years of gaming on that system. You have to have a decent memory. You have to have a decent memory size, and I would like to see a dedicated VRAM as well, so you can not worry about getting shitty ass graphics. I don't want to see any shared memory reservations. That needs to go out the window.
No more flash memory.
And it has to be an x86, and it has to have an x86 architecture. It has to stay in the minimum specs of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, to the point where if you need to port something back and forth between, say, I don't know, a PC and back and forth for development purposes, you can do it. It has to be x86. It cannot be any more stupid IBM Power VR. It cannot be that anymore. That shit has been dead for years.
Hold on, dead for years where? In America or across the world?
Nobody uses IBM Power PC crap anymore. No one. I mean, it's in place, yes, but you're not gonna find anybody selling it or marketing it as brand new tech.
Well, we'll be surprised what kind of computers these Japanese developers are still running on.
No, it has nothing to do with what they're running on. It's the chip architecture that they're building for the system. This is all architecture related. This is just a different subset. You cannot use that anymore. You cannot. And it makes it harder for you to port your shit back and forth. So you developed your stuff on the PC, and then you have to now optimize, port over, and make sure that it works fine on this new subsystem. Don't do that anymore. The best way to get this shit to work is make it x86, so when you develop on a PC, you have direct access to the bare metal, bring it over, done.
That's true. And in order to do that, you got to eliminate all sort of gimmicks. No more motion controls.
Well, I won't say that. I won't say that. That's actually good. If you have the gimmick and you can market the gimmick and you can actually utilize the gimmick, then there's no problem.
Hasn't development of those gimmicks been able to divert funds from creating better graphics, creating a better
It doesn't have to play into better graphics. It just has to do good. It has to work good. Perfect case in point. The latest game that came out for the Wii U, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. You have to use the styles to play that game. Fucking brilliant, Nintendo.
It was brilliant.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
It only took them like what? A year and a half?
That's what I'm saying. How long did it take for you to do that?
And that's only because they, they needed to get Sakurai out of Super Smash Bros. In order to have him working on that.
Please, they trust me. When it hits hard times, they'll call Sakurai to make another Smash Brothers. That's the plan anyway, and you know it's gonna work.
If that's gonna be the case, I can't help but actually be worried about Sakurai because you know how freaking bad his shoulder is right now. So I can only imagine. Heck, if Melee was bad enough and this Smash Bros. 4 was hard, if they're gonna ask Sakurai to make another Smash, oh my God, it's probably gonna look at the death of him right now.
So yeah,
hard. Yeah, okay, sure. You could say it's hard. Okay, sure.
All right, so moving away from Nintendo, what's next on the agenda?
Well, going back to, if we're talking about graphics and stuff, I think you wanted to talk about the Nvidia Titan X video card.
I just wanted to just touch on, Nvidia has a brand new sheriff in town, the Titan X, the replacement for their last generation Titan video card, which is still a monster, but the Titan X is just a beautiful card. But, it's short of a mortgage payment a month coming in at what, $1,000 for the video card. But this is the number one video card that is available today. And that's saying from a spec-wise perspective. I mean, technically, AMD still has a pretty decent video card as well that can probably go blow for blow with the with the Titan X card. Regardless of what people say and think, the benchmarks have proven that it still can hold its own, but we're not talking about that. There's not really much to say about the card other than it's pretty much badass, and I've been reading about this card, ever since I heard about it and I saw the presentation for it, and then my jaw hit the ground when they told me it was pretty much $1,000, and I was like, well, there goes my dreams of getting one of the cards. But for you PC heads out there, one of the biggest things that stood out to me for this video card is the fact that NVIDIA has basically guaranteed this card will be worthwhile for a long time coming, with the fact it gives you 3 times the amount of video RAM on that card. You have 12 gigs of video RAM. That's big, considering the fact that the 9800 has the 980 has 4 gigs, and the 9700 or 970 only has 3.5, even though the market is 4 gigs. I won't get into that, but it's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, this card it's amazing. It is a fantastic card. I just wish I could afford it, but I can't. So,
it's pretty much a nerd's dream of what I'm hearing from you.
What? No, I got to talk about this card. It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
You're having an orgasm, and I understand.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that. I just, it's one of those things where
change your pants.
No. I'm actually in a good position. I'm running a 9700 SLI PC, so I'm fine. I don't care. I'm set. But it's just one of those things that.
Set. That's what all crack addicts be saying. I'm set, man. I don't need any more.
Well, you're not allowed to be a crack addict when you have to pay for a house. Would you rather have a nice PC that does everything and more, or would you rather have a roof over your head?
Look, I'm just saying. You want it still, bro. I can see it. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, but I got more important things to take care of. I'm not going to take out, $1,000 out of my bank account to buy a video card.
For now.
I went to tax. Yeah. It's just. It's one of those things where it's nice to have, but if you can't justify it, or you're hurting yourself to get it, then you shouldn't be buying that card. For everybody else, and I've talked to people that already have 2 of them in their machine, and it's like, what the fuck? How did you manage that?
Sometimes it's best not to know what the heart wants, what the heart wants. Put it that way.
Apparently so. But yeah, beautiful card, $1,000, too rich for my blood, maybe next year. Moving on.
New egg sale.
Hold on. Wait. 2 cards. Why not 4? It's quad SLI. Why not just go for the fucking glory?
My. Don't give him ideas, Josh.
Don't look at me. I'm not buying it.
Right, of course you're not buying it. You're just an idea. You have 4 cards.
Now, if I could get one, man. I wouldn't turn it down, but at the same time, I'm not going to buy one.
Where is it? You're not turning it down, but 4 cards, just 4 cards. It's just 4 cards. And then it's 8 and 16.
Could you imagine the heat, Josh, coming off those cards? 4 cards?
Wow.
And you probably still lag on World of Warcraft because that game's not fucking optimized.
Well, you got to remember that, World of Warcraft is processor based, so yeah. You get the only thing at that thing. If you're not getting the more processing power, the hell with it.
Oh, that's actually sweet.
Oh man, all this talk about how fucked up you have to be just to get that one video card. And
4.
imagine
It's
me.
4 now. You need 4 of those cards.
$4,000. Holy shit.
$4,000. Shit.
Yeah, my wife would shoot me.
And me, I'm fucking struggling to see if I want to get a Cinti companion or not.
I'd be killed on the spot if I told my wife I did that. Yeah, I'd be dropped.
Heads up, hacks. When that happens, be sure to not give your wife any money as a gift. So when she goes to her tax lawyer, it'll be all taken away from her. If you want to go down that path of an asshole.
Dude, make sure you are that tax lawyer.
Oh, I will. I am the lawyer without fear.
Yeah, but if you get divorced, then you can actually just become a virtual presence and stream your quarter periods in 348-bit or whatever the hell it is. 384-bit, excuse me.
That's the way to go out. Yeah, that's the way to go out.
Oh, just a reminder, we all got to go to his house and pick up his stuff. We'll divide his intricate PC among all of us, and then somehow that'll be our streaming device. We'll all have a little piece of him that we can sell off to eBay.
eBay? Who uses eBay anymore?
I'm taking a core processor, just saying, because I need a card.
There's gonna.
I'll take whatever RAM that's left, man.
You guys seem to forget I have kids, and they'll probably take everything. You guys
The
seem to
problem
forget
is,
that.
like I said, as a taxer, kids' dependents are not legally binded to take items until they hit the age of 16, or at least legal adults in your state or your country. Just saying.
Oh yeah, legal douchebaggery! Woo!
And if you guys can't picture that, me and Carlos actually did an air high five. 80 power, baby.
All right, guys. You know you got to talk about the last subject. You got to do it.
Man, of course, we're the Outerhaven here. We have to talk about the thing that brought us here in the first place, and that is going to be Kojima leaving
Oh, wait,
Konami.
not women? Okay, never mind.
No. We had a Mortal Kombat, but guess what? Predator's there, Jason's there. You're gonna wait for the complete edition anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean, or you just buy the season pass on launch.
Forget about it. $30, screw that.
I'm just saying, NetherRealm Studios is doing the classic, throwing everything at the gate, and then they'll fix it later. They're gonna fix it later. So if you guys notice that, say, Jason has an unblockable, and Predator has a super duper fireball, they'll fix it.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. When they come balancing these characters, I think half of them will be broken, but like I said, they'll balance it later. That's been the
complete
MRS
edition.
strategy.
That's all you have to do.
Yes, that's
Just
what,
buy the complete edition.
Wait a year. Wait 1 year or 6 months.
By the way, you guys are hungry?
No.
Nah, I'm preparing a little meal right here. Putting a little sauce, getting a little vegetables, toasting some bread. I'm gonna have a little foot sandwich because fucking Kojima make me put my foot in my mouth. I can't believe he actually is going through with it.
Oh, yes. Because he did this before, remember? I'm leaving, guys. You gotta make a own video game.
I'm trying to make it Metal Gear. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to do Zone of Enders 3. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I would love to get Zone of Enders 3. We just love to see it.
That's the worst part about it. Is like we're like, oh please, you're just going through your little phase. And then he actually does it. Oh crap, he actually does it.
They're like, oh shit, he real. Oh shit, he's gone. What are we gonna do? More Metal Gear Solid. Perfect. It cannot fail.
This was bound to happen. I mean, Konami's been a one-dimensional company since God knows how long. I mean,
Metal Gear Solid.
The first one?
Which Metal? No. They had other titles during Metal Gear Solid. They had Suikoden. They had the Suikoden series. They had Castlevania is another Face series, so we can leave that alone.
Nope, Castlevania's dead.
Oh, dead now.
Yeah.
Castlevania was. Yeah, Castlevania is now dead. They had Lunar Knights. So, like I said, they had a bunch of.
Yes, Lunar Knights. I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
They had the Ninja Turtles series on the NES with a still alive Donatello.
Exactly.
Wow.
No.
Really?
We've been through that. That's comic books. He's coming back. You know he is.
Mechadon.
They always do.
Cyborg Donnie, yeah.
Or they just killed Donnie from the dimension. This is just parallel Earth.
Oh, we're gonna do that Marvel DC stuff, huh? Great.
Why wouldn't they?
Because you would think some people wouldn't have to resort to cheap tactics.
Cheap tactics, Keith. Please, these tactics keep our industry afloat. Do we really have to explain why Batgirl is crippled? Do you want to explain that? No, we just do it because we don't want to talk about the ugliness. That I got a phone call and I said, "Cripple the bitch." We crippled the effing bitch. Okay. God, stop being a bitch.
Quote,
do
a
next?
quotation from the creator of Wolverine, Len Wein. Also, we're tired and we don't want to talk about that anymore. We already did that. Watch the
I know.
podcast if you missed it.
So go
Yes.
back to
Rewind a little
Kojima.
bit a few hours ago. Yep.
Kojima-san.
But yeah,
Kojima coming on this.
I don't know what Konami's gonna do. I mean, this is a heartbreak.
Well,
actually.
obviously they're going to make another Metal Gear because they already started, getting the team ready, which is kind of like holy shit.
And they already released a joint statement saying like even if Kojima does leave, they're gonna be considering Metal Gear Solid games with or without him. Which
No. They never said Metal Gear Solid. They said Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, and the way they said it is that we could still produce quality without him, and I feel like they said it as soon after he left. I felt it was so defiant. I felt it was like, dude, you should have congratulated him when he left. This man has made you money. This man has pretty much been your breadwinner for a good decade. Please show him some dignity, please.
He has been able to save your incompetent asses when you have shut down all of his popular IP and only focused on 2. And when he begged, and all he wanted is to make his series his way. End Metal Gear Solid, finish his Zone of the Enders, and even go back to Police Knots. That's all he wanted.
Oh, dear God. That would have been so epic.
He made you all of the money in the world, and yet you kept hassling. He wanted to tell a story. You wanted to tell a franchise. Guess what happens when that happened?
Well, I said, man, it happens. It happens. I wish the best for Kojima. Maybe he'll go indie. I mean, he has the resources. He has the talent. Definitely.
I don't really see him going indie.
Open arms.
I don't see him going indie. I do see him opening up his own development company, or a major company, say like Sony or somebody swooping in and grabbing him.
Hex. Indie also means independent. Remember, he can make a company on his
It's
own.
not really. That's open for debate. It really is.
You people these days are ruining the English language. God. Anyway, seriously.
Or he can pull a Yuhi Naka and say, yeah, I'm quitting my parent company to make my own company, but I'm broke, so I need my parent company to loan me some money so I can make games, and in return, I will be a second-party developer.
That sounds like a very good plan. Does this involve, him crying in his office at night saying he doesn't have to sell an effing video game?
But it does solve some problems because what's it called? Sakurai did that with Nintendo.
Oh.
Right. That's why Sakurai cries all the time in his office at night. It's when he makes video games, of course.
He said, "Now that I'm gone, I'm never gonna make Smash Bros. Again. Hey, guy, we need you to do Smash Bros. Again. We're gonna hire you." Oh fuck. And what's it called? What's his name? Not Inafune, but the other guy.
Not Yuzo Koshiro. He's independent now.
Nah, Yuzo Koshiro was independent after he left Sega, and he never came crawling back.
Nope.
But maybe, well, not Pro, because that was the Yuhi Naka example itself. But there was another video game developer who left his parent company, who wanted, to have that independence. As soon as he needed the cash, he went back to work with his parent company. And you sacrifice your dignity in order to make sure there's a roof over your head. But at the same time, having a second-party developer would allow you to actually do the shit that you wanted to do without any pressure from the company.
And who are we talking about here?
I don't remember. He's trying to remember.
Square Enix?
Square Enix?
I don't know. That's
What? Chongo? Miss Walker? Those guys?
I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass right now, so I don't know.
No, I'm just trying. Yeah, but that's no. I think, like I said, I hope for the best for Kojima. I think he has definitely the talent to do it. I hope, like I said, his creativity doesn't get stifled. And the bummer thing though is that I hope he gets a legal team so he can buy licenses back if he wants to be a real jerk. Get a good legal team.
I think at this point he has the money to.
I think he does. And
Kojima? Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't see it happening, but he got a legal team to do it. But that'll be a bit. That would be a bit un-Japanese, because Japanese are very.
I wouldn't even say that. I mean, typically, normally when you create a a game or a vision or a property, you're under obligation when you make that under companies. They basically come and say, hey, you made that under our watch. We own that now. Thanks. Bye.
Pretty much.
And also, I can't help but wonder what's going to happen to Silent Hills now. The new
Gone.
Silent Hills game.
Everybody's talking about that too. Gone.
Yeah, Silent Hills another series is gone. Boom. I mean,
Whoa! Isn't Del Toro part of this? So
yeah,
no.
but he's not a developer. He doesn't have the ability to piece together a game. That basically means everybody who's working with Kojima is basically going to walk out the door because he's not going by himself.
That's the thing. Like I said, Konami became a one-dimensional company, and this might be not the end for them, but it might be the kick to the door.
It won't be the end for them because they still have other things. They do healthcare, they do a bunch of other stuff.
I will say this: if they're going to continue the Metal Gear franchise, I only have three words and one number: Metal Gear Rising 2.
Well,
use
that's actually
Snake, let's use Raiden.
Yeah, that's actually a good possibility because Platinum just has to make another game.
Not only that, then they don't have to rely on making so many interquels between Solid Snake and Big Boss. They could just finally drop, even if it's not profitable, they can drop the character and focus on a character that they do own, that they don't need Kojima's involvement with.
They have a lot of way. They can end Metal Gear Solid, and again, focus directly on Metal Gear.
Yeah, not likely.
You guys are funny. But honestly, it could be worse. Like I said, man, wish them best. Konami, they're going to have to rethink their strategy. You're going to have to make a diverse portfolio like they had before, which is going to be hard since they haven't been working on it since ever.
How hard would it be to just go back to their old arcade IP and just go into mobile and indie market? Just make another 2.5D Sunset Riders. Put down an Xbox Live, PSN, eShop, and Steam. Watch the money happen.
Carlos, you're not understanding that will require time, consistency, quality development, and admitting that they did something wrong. That's not going to happen, and you know this.
I know. I'm just dreaming.
The same way you had that dream that one day Bendis will finally admit that he no longer knows what he's doing anymore.
But he did. He still gets paid. He uses Don Slott philosophy. At least I got paid, bitch.
Oh, God. He's so good.
And now he's riding Cloud 9 because Powers is out on the PSN network.
I can't believe I fought for this country.
I mean, what other franchises could Konami actually depend on, other than another Castlevania reboot that nobody asked for?
They have the Suikoden RPG series, Valiant Hearts.
Wait, what's taking them so long to actually put Suikoden on the map, like Persona or Fire Emblem?
Actually, the best Suikoden games are 1, 2, 3, and 5. Actually, we never had a 6. It's been years. Actually, 3 became so popular, it became a manga in Japan. So I'm surprised that I haven't heard from them since 5. Actually.
Yeah, if there was any time to push any niche JRPGs, it would be now.
Well, you already know why that is, because everything that came out of the Metal Gear camp has been Metal Gear and Castlevania, but that's gone.
No Castlevania. And Silent Hill.
Forget about it.
Nope, gone. And the bottom line of all this is we all hope that this isn't some elaborate sick joke, but for everything that's been going on, we don't see that happening. This actually looks legit, and Kojima is on his way out.
I can't believe this, man. You proved me wrong, Kojima.
Probably for the best, though.
Prove me wrong.
Yep. Here from the Outerhaven. Yep. Wish you, big boss.
Should have made my damn Zone of Enders 3 first, though.
Yeah, that's
Good
true.
luck with that, guys. Good luck with the Zone of Enders 3. You guys are funny.
I played the Zone of Enders, so I can say for myself.
It's like
Get
Virtual
off this
On
podcast
or
now.
the Gundam.
I liked
You
it
are
better
dead
than...
to me.
Wow,
You are dead
really?
to me. You are dead to everything I believe in. Die in the ditch, pirating, non-dominant player, piece of scum. Now.
I just want to remind my bookshelf family that the only time I ever played Zone of the Enders is by playing Zone of the Enders HD.
I respect that because the HD has better graphics and load time is faster. You have earned my respect. I shall help
But
you.
I never even fucking beat any of them, and I can't stand the anime music.
Look, you played it. That's enough. Okay, you tried.
I actually
Tried
own the first one, The Enders, on PS2. So yeah.
Yeah, I have them, and I got the remaster of it. So what the hell?
Thank you, Josh, and thank you, Hacks. But like I said, kick this scum, William, this pirating, non-zelling piece of trash off this podcast.
Jeez.
Goddamn terrorist.
Back to
Alright.
the shadows with you.
So it looks like that's all we have for tonight, guys. Unless we have anything else you want to touch on before we disappear.
Well, basically, we're talking about that. We're talking about. Well,
yes.
we decided not to talk about Age of Ultron, so we're gonna kick that for later.
Self-plug
if you
time.
see
Go
it
read my
in any
Makoto
other
Shinkai
news-
series.
Yeah.
Say again, Josh.
So it's self-plug time. Go read my Makoto Shinkai series. Final 2 parts, Monday and Tuesday.
Actually, I've been reading. It's actually pretty good. Yo, the anime and melodies is actually really good.
Makoto Shinkai, I love that guy. Man,
Good stuff. Good
it sounds
stuff.
like some. Actually, there's a manga that came out. It's 5 centimeters per second. It's the same one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
haven't released it
I
yet,
wonder
so-
if there's a way that me and Josh could team up and talk about it compared to the anime. I wonder if there's a time we could do that on off the shelf. Bum, 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 bum.
What is this, self-plug time? God damn it.
I know.
Well,
If only there
would
was
you-
a
would you- would
podcast
you-
we could talk about this. And I would be interested if there was such a podcast. Oh, wait, there is. We should
Is.
get together.
We should totally do that, yeah. And
Yeah,
as-
unfortunately, though, he's going to have to wait because next week we need to do a podcast based on. Well, what are we going to talk about?
we don't know. It'll happen. Check it out.
I mean, we wanted to talk about prostitution, but all of this violence against
Yeah.
women stuff is like, oh, yeah. On the next episode of Bookshelf, we're going to talk about the world's oldest profession.
I swear to
What up,
God,
man?
you guys keep going. I'm going to cut this the fuck out. I sweir to God, if you keep going.
Oh, no. But seriously, guys, check out, after this podcast, please check out our recent articles and podcasts. They will be up. Keith will probably have it all managed on the website. So please, once again, thanks for listening to the podcast and following us. We appreciate all our fan support. And please support my new release of finally a petition kicking off William off this podcast series. Please.
And don't forget to pick up Bloodborne, you From Software, Demon Souls, Dark Souls fan, which comes out Tuesday.
Yep,
Tuesday.
I think so. I believe, I think the pre-order is stopped for it, right?
Oh man, I've got. This is how bad it is. I didn't realize. I got 3 different collector's editions ordered in Amazon, GameStop, and New Age. It's like I didn't know I had all those. Thanks.
And yeah, thanks for reminding me as well, Hacks, because actually in honor of Kojima's memory, because I actually did just actually managed to snag the pre-order of the collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid 5.
You're paying $200 and something for that shit.
For that fucking hand.
No, that's only 100. That's only 100.
Okay, you're not getting the other one. There's another one that comes out with the hand.
Yeah, that's the one. I got the collector's.
No, that's like 200 or something. What the fuck?
No,
No,
it's 200.
Leave
It's
it
100.
to
I
Will
got
to
the
always
price.
find the cheapest, the sneakiest way to get everything he wants. Fucking scarf, man.
Wow.
Why are you so salty about that for real?
Apparently he is.
I don't understand how he has the money to buy these items and then doesn't have the time to support the industry.
Steve on the hip that I got the golden Mario amiibo. Thanks a lot.
This is what I don't understand about you. How could you afford that and then don't help us get, just end this podcast before I even banish you further to the Shadow Realms.
Wow.
Okay, final thoughts.
There are
we-
no
we-
final thoughts. My brain is
Final
empty.
thoughts, just seriously, petition, ban William, now. Do it.
Screw you, Celius. Screw you. Screw you and your freaking guilty gears.
You never even played Zone of Enders. You are a disgrace to this uniform. You're a disgrace to this unit. You're a disgrace to everything that is anime right now.
All right,
Yeah,
before
no,
Matt
yeah,
blows
no,
the
he's searching
gasket,
for the Force.
let's end this podcast. So, once again, everybody, thanks for listening to the Outerhaven Podcast, episode 63. We'll see you again in 2 weeks, or maybe less.
Bye.
Speak for yourself. I'll catch you guys whenever I can. Later.
Bye.
When
Later.
you can.
Here.
Hola, amigos! It is my absolute honor to sing to you a song about the most beloved food in the whole entire world. The burrito is awesome and is so good to eat. The burrito is filled with good things to eat. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Burritos are yummy and burgers are gross. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Burritos are yummy and burgers are gross.